What's good, man? JU. Take these off so I can see y'all, man. So I can see y'all. Look out in y'all eyes, man. Look out in y'all eyes, man. Welcome back if you've been rocking with us. If you new to the channel, bienvenidos. Welcome. It's another beautiful day, man. Another beautiful day. We get into it. You know, we taking care of ourselves. We getting this money. Doing all these good things. About to go bust this move real quick, but you know I had to holler at y'all. Ooh, I had to put them shades back on y'all. The sun. But shit. I already talked about. Oh yeah. First impressions. First impressions are very important, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen. Whether it's you trying to find a mate or in business, first impressions are very important, because most people, they make a judgment of you based off that first impression, man. And I can just speak on it from a perspective of women first, you know. I remember being back in college, man. I used to smoke a lot, man. It was this smoking spot on campus. I was going to Norfolk State University. It was this smoking spot. And me and my homie, we used to hang there and smoke a lot. And I remember I met this girl, and she told me, once we started to get to know each other, she told me, like, the reason why I never talked to you before was because I thought you were like just a stoner. Like, she didn't know I was a multifaceted, interesting international man of mystery. She didn't know that. But she got her first impression because the first time she saw me, I was sitting in that smoking spot smoking. So she thought I was a pothead, man. And that just shows you how most people, they're going to make a first impression. I mean, they're going to make a judgment about how they think you are in their mind based off that first impression. That's why it's so important, man. And don't get me wrong, you're not going to be perfect at first impressions, especially if you just getting into a certain lane, whether it's business or even just dealing with women. But proper preparation is important for first impressions, you know. You can definitely be prepared. You just like, boom, you go into a business meeting with someone you never met before, being prepared for the meeting, showing up, stuff like showing up early, putting in that extra work, being clean, being well kept, well groomed, speaking well. Those are the type things that create good first impressions when it comes to business. And also just being an interesting person and being interested. That's how you seem interesting to other people, is being interested in people. If you get what I'm saying. And a lot of times with women, it's just about being confident. And what makes you confident is going to be your preparation. It's going to be your experience, man. It's going to be your experience. If you're prepared and you're experienced, then you should be able to go up to a woman and speak to her with confidence, which will lead you to having a good first impression. Ooh, it's a lot of traffic out here today, man. God damn. Excuse my French. But yeah, man. So make sure when you're moving through this world, understanding that, you know, it's a lot of things that when you are a high-level thinker, you don't really... Ooh, I need to put my shades on. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Sun be getting in your boy. Bet, we back. When you are a high-level thinker, or just someone that's kind of well in tune with the world and nature and stuff like that, a lot of times, a lot of things you won't even think about that other people think about. But when you do think about those things, whether it's how you look, your clothes and all that stuff, and because we know we're not supposed to judge people based off those things, and we know you can learn something from everybody, but everybody doesn't know that. And knowing everybody doesn't know that, you can manipulate this world just off of knowing how people think and knowing the psychology of first impressions and just human interaction. So I would definitely say do some studying, man. Get your psychology game up, but also just get your experience in the world up. Talk to people, man. Definitely talk to people. Like I said, if you want to have your way in this world, then yeah, first impressions are going to be important. You can give a good first impression without even talking to somebody, with just by the way you walk into the room, the way you carry yourself, the type of energy you carry about yourself, man. And I want my subscribers, also my subscribers are all my channels, man. Especially, my podcast is kind of based on self-improvement. We get into other things, but that's the main goal, is to help people and to inspire people, man. And I want to inspire y'all to be confident, strong men, capable of doing anything. So when it comes to how you portray yourself to the world, it's going to be important to a certain extent. You know? Yes, sir. We're trying to be blessed individuals, get all the things that we want out of this life. And it just takes a little bit of understanding how the world works and how people think. Once you know how people think, then you can damn near control how they think, Yes, sir. I'm trying to think of another example of when I made a bad first impression. Pretty much anytime you go into something where you are in an altered state, most of mine is when I was high. But I be noticing, like, when I am on, like when I was smoking and stuff, and like marijuana and stuff like that, it would be hard for me to make eye contact with people. Which bad eye contact, that leads to a bad first impression as well. You gotta think about all that. Or if people can tell you're high. Some people are attracted to things like that as well, but 9 times out of 10, you want the woman that's not attracted to the guy that's high all the time, Because she's probably better for you. If not, it just depends on what you want from the world to what's a good impression or a bad impression, I can think of a time I made a good impression, though. I remember, I got a lot of stories that have to do with marijuana, but I remember I got pulled leaving work, and I did have some in the car, unfortunately. I had some in the car, and I got pulled. My car was smelling like it. The officer, he wrote me a ticket. It was right before it got legalized, decriminalized in Virginia, like literally a few months before. I was very polite, I was polite. It's cool. I let them do what they had to do. I let them do their job. And thankfully, he wrote, he gave me a court date that was after the law was getting changed. Actually, no, he gave it to me. He gave me a court date that was right before the law. But when we went to court, the judge asked the officer, how was I? Was I polite? Did I give him a hard time and stuff like that? The officer said, like, no, he was cool. It wasn't no problems. So the judge moved my court date after. He moved the court date to after the law changed, so he could give me a lesser penalty, and he wouldn't have to suspend my license and all that stuff. But he based that decision on the first impression I gave to that cop. That just goes to show you, man. First impressions are very important. These little decisions and things we make these little decisions as far as just being polite with people and stuff like that can go a long way, man. That's all I got for y'all. Let me get off this so I can get to my destination safely. As always, I love y'all. I'm out.